It started on a Tuesday. I remember because I always have weird dreams after Sunday night dinners. Not nightmares, just warped. Dreams where time bends the wrong way, where I speak with other people's voices, where something wears my skin and forgets how to smile right. But this dream, this one didn't fade. This one anchored itself in my mind like a hook behind the eyes. I woke up in a cold sweat, mouth dry, heartbeat too fast. My bed sheets were bunched around me like I'd been twisting, or maybe fighting. I stared at the ceiling for a long time, too afraid to blink. Not because of what I saw in the dream, but because I remembered all of it. I was walking through my childhood home, only it wasn't my home. It looked the same wallpaper, same photos, but something felt copied. Close, but not exact. Like someone had seen it once and tried to rebuild it from memory. The colors were too vivid, the shadows too thick. There was no sound, no wind, no birds, just a low hum coming from above, from the attic. I never used to go up there as a kid, but in the dream my body moved toward it without hesitation. The steps moaned under my feet, the kind of groaning wood makes when it's carrying too much weight. When I reached the attic door, I realized I could hear breathing, not mine, not from behind me. It was coming from inside. And then the door opened. Inside was nothing but a mirror, a tall, antique thing with ornate carvings etched into the frame. It stood in the center of the room, perfectly clean, like it didn't belong to the dusty, rotting attic. I walked closer, and I saw myself, but not as I am. Not exactly. He looked happy, like he'd been waiting, like he knew I would come back. And then he blinked, before I did. And the moment he did, I felt it. Something unspooled behind my eyes. Like the mirror had scanned me, copied something. I woke up. The clock read 3:33 a.m. I never set alarms for that time. I never should be awake at that time. The house was still, but the air felt different, stagnant, thick. Like something was in the room that didn't belong. That was the first night. The next night, the dream came back. But this time there were more details, more memory. There were pictures on the walls, photos of people I didn't recognize, a woman in a red sweater, a child with no eyes, a man who looked like me, but slightly too tall, like his proportions had been stretched to fit. The attic door was open this time. The mirror was still there, but so was something else, a second version of me. Standing in the corner, face turned toward the wall. His fingers were twitching like he was trying to remember how to use them. I called out. He turned around, and I wish I hadn't seen his face. It was mine, but it looked like someone had tried to draw it from memory after not seeing me for years. The mouth was just a little too low. The skin was slightly off color, too smooth like it hadn't fully dried. He opened his mouth, and my voice came out. You weren't supposed to come back. I woke up again, same time. 3:33 a.m. This time, my ears were ringing, and there was a sharp smell in the air, like hot coins or rust. I walked to the bathroom and looked in the mirror. For a moment, just a fraction of a second, I saw that version of me again, the one with the mouth too low. It smiled. I didn't. By the fourth night, it wasn't just the dreams. Things were changing in the real world. People on the street seemed familiar. Strangers were staring at me too long, too intently. I got a voicemail from my own number. It was just static, and under it, barely audible, my voice whispering, "Let me back in." I started recording myself when I slept. Set up a camera facing my bed. Watched the footage in the morning. At 3:33 a.m., I sat up in bed, eyes open but not awake. I walked out of frame. I don't remember that. I don't remember getting up. I don't remember opening the attic, but the footage shows me doing all of it. And worse, it shows me walking back in. But I never walked back. Something else did. It looked like me. Same clothes, same face, but it blinked too slow. It moved like it was still learning how. It sat down in bed, tilted its head toward the camera, and smiled. I don't remember falling asleep that night, but I remember waking up feeling wrong. My muscles were sore. My voice was hoarse, and when I looked in the mirror, I saw bruises on my arms I couldn't explain, like someone had been gripping me too hard or dragging me. The dreams escalated. Now the attic was full of them. Not mirrors, not anymore. Just versions of me, some taller, some thinner, some missing eyes, some weeping blood, all of them whispering, all of them watching. Some of them were screaming. Others just stood there, mouths open, emitting that same low hum. It wasn't just a dream. It was a network, a shared space, a habitat, and I was becoming part of it. Each night it was harder to wake up. Each morning it was harder to remember who I was. My reflection started lagging, literally, delayed by a half second. I told a friend. He laughed. Then he said, "Wait, which one are you again?" And for a moment, I didn't know how to answer, because something deep in me knew. There was more than one, and not all of them were supposed to exist. That's when I found the others. On forums, hidden threads, darknet message boards, people from all over, all saying the same thing. They remembered the house, the attic, the mirror, the hum. They all woke at 3:33 a.m. They all had reflections that moved wrong. One of them said the dream started after a childhood fever. Another after a near-death experience. One woman claimed she broke every mirror in her home. Didn't help. She said now the reflections come in windows, in spoons, in puddles. One man posted a video. He said the version in the mirror started talking without him. He stared into the camera and said, "It's not trying to kill us. It's trying to replace us." The video cut to static before we saw what happened to him. I don't think I have much time left. Sometimes I hear footsteps behind me when I know I'm alone. Sometimes I see myself in dreams, watching me sleep. Sometimes I don't remember how I got home. Sometimes I wake up with soil under my nails and blood on my teeth. I don't know if I'm still me. I don't know if I've already been swapped out. But if you're hearing this, if you've remembered a dream you shouldn't, if you've ever woken up at 3:33 a.m. and felt like you brought something back, burn your mirrors. Forget this dream. Because once you remember, they know where to find you. And you were never supposed to remember.